What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Indescribable, aka Jerrilyn Lake. I'm hanging out with my bestie for the restie.
Hey, Lynee Monet, and you are listening to the She Said It First podcast and Urban One Podcast Network. And I did not say that right, but that's okay. I'm here.
It's the confidence that got me free.
Didn't nobody know. Be convincing.
Didn't nobody know. If you hadn't told them, they wouldn't have known. But shout out to you for overcoming obstacles. You know how we do here. We got to get right into it, okay? Friend.
Yes.
What irritated you this week, friend? I need to know.
Ooh, girl, this is a therapy session. Can we be real for a second? Is this a safe space?
This is a very safe space. Come on, friend. I got you.
Friend, I don't like people taking my kindness for weakness. Okay. Especially when I go outside of myself to do something that ain't normally in my normal way of doing things. However, I'm trying to show compassion. I'm trying to be there. And then I'm left with your ass to kiss. Baby, a strange turn of events. When I tell you whatever generosity or understanding that I had is all wiped away once I realized that you don't realize that this actually was a rarity. Like, you didn't have to get any of this kindness. I could have simply just continued to move or maneuver how I usually move and just let you be fed to the wolves. However, I was like, you know what? I'm able to help you in this time. Why not extend my help?
Right.
But then you turn around and you carry it? Baby, But I seen a post today, friend. Okay. And I know that it was for me. It was for me because the guy was talking about how he held the door for somebody and they ain't say thank you. And he was like, thank you. You know how you get for a smile with the person because they ain't say thank you. And then he went inside the store. He said he remembered something that was said to him. And it was like, basically, you being kind, nobody asked you to do that. You did that out the kindness of your heart. So when you do things out of the kindness of your heart, you're not required to get anything in return because that was supposed to be something you did because you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, I'm a work in progress, but I understand where he was going with that. I get it. But I just can't. I don't know how to, it just don't resonate with me.
That's cute. That's cute or whatever. But if I do something, I don't care if it is out of the kindness of my heart. You better fix your lips to say thank you.
Girl!
At the very least, you can say thank you.
At the very least. At the very least. Could you at least say thank you like that? I guess that's just where this all wraps up to, is just feeling appreciated in a time where people can show that, you know, I recognize you. I recognize that you did something for me. I recognize that this may have been out of your normal routine, or I recognize maybe you making progress. Like recognition and then acknowledgement, to me, I feel like should always be done when someone does something for you. Always.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's called manners.
Hello.
And I'm learning the older I get that a lot of us don't have them because we weren't taught them. So you kind of have to, like, it's a balancing act, right? You can be frustrated if somebody didn't say thank you or they didn't acknowledge you or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is something that you did out of the kindness of your own heart. So I understand. I just hey, followers, listeners, audience, thank you goes a long way.
It goes a long way. It goes a long way. And it takes nothing from you. It literally takes nothing from you. So, yeah, that's what irritated me.
You know what, friend? I'm on the same page with you. I feel like that's an irritation for me. Something else that irritated me this week was why Dame Dash got on the internet and them teeth jumped out his mouth. Girl, like a bull from Jeremiah was from. What?
I swear to God, if I'm lying, my teeth flying was a person. I swear to God, it was Dame Dash on everything. Like, sir,
I'm not understanding.
Get off a line.
Where's the Gorilla Glue when you need
it?
Like, my teeth, they don't move. Where is? Because the way they
hurry up and disappear. We got to come back. Let me see them gums. Come on, Governor, because I want to see. Let me
get on back in here because as we know, you know, people get veneers, people get partials, dentures, all of these things. We've seen it. And then you on the internet talking cash money. It seemed to me that you should humble yourself. If your teeth don't even want to be in your mouth,
Okay.
Maybe other people's names shouldn't be in there either. Is
Come
all
on.
I'm saying.
Come on. That's all I'm saying as well. Okay?
Let's just.
Because anytime the teeth is ready to get up out of there, okay? Anytime your teeth is ready to head out, you know, baby, this is not. This ain't it.
The teeth proved that the devil was a liar.
Exactly.
Not on my watch.
Okay. What?
That was ridiculous. When I saw that,
was hilarious.
I said, "Oh, he's not living this down. We're gonna talk about it for a couple of days. Now it's gonna pass, but we're gonna do remixes. It's gonna be amazing. No, it's not. We're putting him everywhere
because when we talking about 50 Cent, don't nothing pass.
Oh, you
did this to the wrong person. 50 Cent don't let nothing go.
50 Cent
let nothing go.
He gonna put it in song lyrics. He gonna do a screenplay about it, TV show.
Yes.
He gonna do everything he can. So that is one petty man. When I tell you he's still, who was the girl that owed him money? Tierra Marie.
Tierra Marie. He's still talking about Tierra Marie. He's still talking about Vivica Fox. He's still talking about Ja Rule. He don't like nobody. He's not letting up off them teeth. I'm telling you.
And you know,
in
50's defense, if you come for the bull, you usually get the horns. And so what I will say about 50, while he's a very petty person, we know that.
He is so petty.
He don't be wrong. He just needs to learn how to let stuff go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue that we be having with him sometimes. It's very entertaining, though. I love it.
So entertaining.
So, you know, we kicking off the week with some somber news. I hate to have to transition this way, but this one is going to be a doozy this week, guys. So buckle up, Buttercup. We got a lot of information to share with you guys. When I say he effed the city up with this one, he really did F the city up with this one. Atlanta rapper Rich Homie Quan passed away at 34.
So young.
Social media is going crazy. Not because he passed, but because for whatever reason, women are speaking out. Among them, rapper Erica Banks, who also got a BBL in the thighs.
Girl.
But anyway, neither here nor there. We're talking about a deceased man here. May he rest in peace. So it's unfortunate. He had so many hits, and he really had the club lit. Like late 2010s. He was there for us with all the bangers, and so unfortunately, his girlfriend found him unresponsive on the couch before after she took her children to school. It's so sad to see this. 34 is way too young for you to be passing away. Of course, they're being very tight-lipped about the cause of death. People are speculating overdose. Doing too much with the drugs. I think Boosie got on the internet and mentioned that. I'm curious, Lynee, how do you feel about this? Because now the story is not beloved rapper and entrepreneur deceased, but baby mama drama, girlfriend drama. You know, like it has turned the narrative, and now we're talking about other things. And so I don't know.
Where people like make it about them. Like people die and people just have to insert themselves and really make this whole situation about them. Of course, you know, because it's a celebrity, it's more highlighted. So of course, it seems like something out of the norm. But I will tell you this, girl, just a little FYI to my family tree real quick. Child, because when my cousin died, child, so many women started coming out the woodworks. Even at his funeral, girl, somebody came there with a 1-year-old baby. We was looking like, who that girl? She walked right up there, looked just like him. Baby, the baby looked just like him. We didn't even know that he had a whole nother child like out here. So I think, you know, it being a celebrity that we're bringing more light to it. But I hate that women just can't just enjoy the times that they had. Allow people to grieve. He had a girlfriend of 15 years. Like, poor thing, is anybody checking on her? Has anybody checked on her? Because I think this is the 5th or 6th woman that I have seen, and it's not like he just standing beside them. I mean, this man is full on kissing them in the mouth, rubbing their BBLs, girl, everything, like really involved, laying in bed. Yeah.
The thing for me is people are concerned about the way that she found him. Why, you know, she didn't say anything sooner. I guess they maybe were into it the night before. She left him on the couch that night and didn't sleep in the bed or whatever. People are speculating, you know, like nobody knows anything. They said that when she made her 911 call, she didn't sound like she was very frantic or, in a hurry. Didn't seem like it was an emergency to them. But you know what I think? I think that number one, if the cause of death was an overdose, Boosie shouldn't have leaked that.
Absolutely not. That's not his business.
Yeah. Also, Erica Banks, like, girl, read the room, sis. Like,
girl,
that's not something that you.
And you know,
out.
she just keep making bad decisions. Look at her butt. She can't make good decisions. You can tell by the size of somebody's butt and the way it look on them that they don't make good decisions. So I'm not surprised by her. I'm not surprised.
Killing y'all.
Come on, sing it, Frank. Sing it.
And the size don't match.
Hey.
Well. We tried to tell you. Now,
tell them.
Had you not opened your mouth about this deceased man, we wouldn't be on your ass right now.
Literally, we on your ass.
We wouldn't be on your ass right now. But you done brought yourself into the equation. And now we can talk about
somebody.
It's a distraction. Yeah. All of it is a distraction. Really, so it is. I think if overdose is the cause of death, I really do, because the way rappers promote guns, violence, drugs, gang initiation, all this stuff, like, it's not helping the community. I'm not saying that rap music is the reason for people doing a lot of stuff, but if you're it's marketing.
It's the same way though.
Everything in this country is a business, right? Mm-hmm. Cardi B makes music for a certain type of woman. Mm-hmm. She's marketing to a certain demographic. Megan Thee Stallion, same thing. Beyonce, same thing. Anybody who is a business person, an artist, a creative of any kind, you understand that you are marketing. So my concern is, as Black artists, why are we promoting this in our music and we see the effects of it? People are overdosing, or their drugs are getting laced, or they're dying of gun violence. It's insane. And so I'm wondering why they continue to encourage this type of stuff in their music, because it would seem like you would want to encourage or discourage this type of behavior.
I wish it just wasn't so glorified. I think if people started making more wholesome music, if you will, people wouldn't tune in as much. You know what I mean?
It ain't gotta be wholesome, but you can't be like, hey, we hit you and your girlfriend, take the drugs. Fact. She don't know she drugged up. There's alcohol everywhere. I'm like, it's excessive. You know what I mean?
It's super excessive. I just wonder if the reason why they do it is because, like, they get more, followers, more attention, more streams from talking about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, they definitely take it too far. I definitely don't condone it. I don't even listen to that type of music. You know what I mean? I'm more of a sultry kind of girl. You know what I mean?
Same.
I be in my grown woman sexy vibes. But for everybody else that doesn't listen to it,
I'm very much stuck in 90s R&B, Jodeci, like Monica, Tank,
Brandy, oh my God, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, and then don't get, I even like SZA, Janae Aiko, Ari. Like, yes, girl, that's my vibe too. But for those of you who do listen, it's like, you should change what you're interested in, because people are looking at streams, people are looking at numbers, people are seeing what's grabbing your attention, and that's the reason why they're gonna keep talking about it. I wish it was a turn of events, but as long as y'all tuning in and y'all singing every lyric and y'all selling out concerts, they gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You wonder how it can affect, not just the community, but not just our community, the communities that we live in, schools that our kids go to, companies that are run, the country as a whole. Like, I feel like we're in a very volatile space right now.
My stomach is in knots.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
it's coming. I can feel it.
Which brings me to, we mentioned gun violence a little bit, and unfortunately we have to cover the news, friends. So I know you guys have been seeing a lot of information online about school shootings. Apparently, there have been multiple ones. First one, mass shooting happened in Winder, Georgia, Appalachian Hughes School, which was about 45 minutes away from Metro Atlanta. Now, this 14-year-old boy, Colt Gray, was arrested and charged as an adult, as he should, for killing two students and two teachers and injured several other children. He was equipped with an AR-15 automatic assault rifle, which is insane, but it was gifted to him by his father. He's been charged with 4 counts of felony murder, faces the death penalty. I do think that's a bit excessive, but his father has also been charged with 4 counts of felony murder and involuntary manslaughter, as well as cruelty to children. I hope that one sticks. So the the ironic thing about this particular story is that the FBI investigated this same child last year for making threats to the school. suggesting that he was going to come to the school and shoot it up. Because there's no red flag law in the state of Georgia that would require them to come into the home, the FBI to come into the home and remove the guns. This didn't trigger any type of response. So fast forward,
this is what happened.
He comes to the school with an AR-15 and he murders 4 people. A couple days later, up in Maryland, another school shooting, 16-year-old Jalen Prince, charged with fatally shooting his classmate in the bathroom. Okay. That's a lot of information to process.
So I'm like, I just need to breathe right quick, but I'm listening.
It's a lot of information to process, and it's very heavy. What are we doing?
What are we not doing? What are we not doing as a society? That's the thing. It's like, what are we not doing? You're telling me that somebody was aware that he said that this is exactly what he was going. He did what he said he was going to do, and he alerted people. And they were aware of it, and then nothing happened after that. Why would you consider to call someone's bluff on something like that? That's what I would like to. First and foremost, it's like, you hear this information.
Why wouldn't you take it seriously?
Why wouldn't you take it seriously? Why wouldn't you investigate? Why wouldn't you just show up, just to show up? Do a wellness check, something. Because even when the grandfather called in and he was saying, both of that boy's parents are addicts, it's his housing living situation is not even somewhere where he should probably be. It's like a dump. So even if you just did a wellness check, you would see that this is not even an environment that's conducive for a child to be in. You could just remove him off of that. I'm just confused. How are we picking and choosing what's serious and what's not serious and what we're going to investigate and what we're not going to investigate? That's crazy.
I mean, well,
what are we talking about?
I hate to be this person.
Oh, Jesus.
But if it was a little black boy, armed or not, we would not be having this conversation because he would have been gunned down at that school. So one of my main concerns is that our children are being over policed, right?
Yeah.
They're going to schools every day with metal detectors and not just resource officers, police officers, all types of security at these schools. And our children are not the ones doing the shooting. So while I like to think that mental health plays a huge role in issues like this, I also feel like the more people understand about mental health and psychology and the way the mind processes trauma, the more we use those things to excuse poor behavior. Because it's not always mental health. Sometimes I can get canceled. I don't care. Sometimes it's a white person who thinks that they can do whatever they want to do. They think that they're untouchable because they have been shown through society, historically, they are untouchable. There's always a way out. There's always an uncle who works at the precinct who can get them off. There's always somebody to bail them out. And so that is the part that is frustrating to me because our children aren't given the same benefit of the doubt when it comes to situations like this. If this young man either of these children were having a mental health episode, it should have been clearly documented. People don't just wake up one day and shoot up the school.
And shoot up.
There's always a paper trail. So I'm concerned because in case people who are listening don't know, the number one cause of death in children in America is gun violence. That's a huge problem.
To be a parent and have to bury your child is just the saddest thing ever. And even hearing just the stories of them saying that the teacher got shot and then the kids dragged him back in the classroom. It's like, so what happens next? My child is now traumatized. My child now doesn't even want to step foot in a school. Now I can't even get them to go to a school. Now I'm scared to send my child. What are the next steps for everybody who was traumatized because of this situation? Because there's obviously some aftermath.
People are saying, we'll just homeschool your children. Baby, the working class don't have that option. Who is finna not work the 40 hours that they need to work to make sure that the child has food and shelter and lights and water and all these other things to homeschool? It's just not reasonable. What is reasonable, though, is stricter gun policies. What is reasonable is mental evaluation, psych evals for anybody purchasing a gun. What is reasonable is why the hell do anybody have an assault rifle?
Why is it being gifted? And why is it being gifted? Because we're going to talk about the fact that it was gifted to this 14-year-old. It wasn't found. Wasn't playing hide and go seek. It was gifted.
It was
to
happy
a
birthday. Here's an assault rifle.
That's crazy. That's mind blowing in itself. What was that? So I hope the father get whatever he's supposed to get because you was dead wrong. Dead wrong.
You know, white people.
Sorry. Yeah.
Living in the South, you know, I've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, I know it's real. The gun thing is real. I get it.
They are hugging these guns as if it is the Constitution itself. And while I fully support your rights to defend yourself and have weapons to protect yourself if you like in your home, there needs to be a strict process that you go through to acquire said guns. We should not be giving people assault rifles. You're not in the military. You're not on a special ops mission in Saudi Arabia. Like, you don't need an assault rifle. But also, like, protecting yourself at home is one thing. Going out to murder people is insane. It is. And if you can't understand that scaling back on the amount of guns we allow legally in this country would automatically change something, then I don't know what to tell you, because people are saying, well, the gun laws is just going to hurt the people that need the protection. Not if ain't nobody got those kinds of guns, like.
And then you spend so much time worrying about women's rights and whether or not we can get abortion. That's the crazy part to me. This is what's going on. This is what's going on right now. Is that they spend so much time focusing on women's rights and what we can do with our bodies and whether or not we have a choice.
Transgender children also, they're on the chopping block as well, because that, for whatever reason, people are mad and they're saying that parents shouldn't be allowed to. They're calling it mutilation of children, child abuse, and I want to believe that we as a people are smart enough to distinguish between a child feeling a way, making a conscious decision to live a certain type of lifestyle, and child abuse. I would like to think that we're intelligent enough to know the difference. But no, we're not. It's different if a 2-year-old is like, oh, I think I'm a dinosaur. Obviously, that's not the same thing.
Exactly.
But if your 14-year-old child is coming home every day saying that they feel different and they don't understand things, like, at the very least, have a conversation. Be willing to have a conversation.
Talk about it.
In their mind. But y'all are forcing them to do and be things that they don't want to do and be. Like, I don't know, hunters.
Yeah.
Like,
talk about
it. Maybe these kids don't want to be out in the field with you at 6 a.m. with deer blood on their face. You know, like, it's that part. It's just crazy. I'm all for allowing people to raise their children the way they want to raise them, but within reason.
But now, I'm going to say stipulations are needed.
And not infringing on people's human rights. Like, people have rights. The same way these people have rights to send their children to school and to think that they're going to come home. Like, why would I? I don't know. It's all very baffling. That's why I'm glad that we have this debate tonight. Kamala Harris is finally going to stick it to Donald Trump. I can't wait, because I
can't wait either. I can't wait to talk about it with y'all. So y'all need to be tuning in so that we can have this discussion in the comments about it, because we will be here on Thursday and we're gonna talk about it. So y'all need to be ready.
Absolutely. I almost want to do a special edition of She Said It First on Wednesday morning, because I just know that the content is gonna be content. Okay.
Yes.
I already know. So, well, let's lighten up.
R.I.P. I just have to say R.I.P. to those families who lost loved ones and everybody going through that. Like, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. Like, so sorry. Condolences go out to each and every family.
Absolutely. Definitely a tragedy. Hopefully, our new president will help make that less of a reality in this country. Yeah. Speaking of ass backwards, Brian McKnight. I'm gonna pause for dramatic effect. Brian McKnight is gonna start a fatherhood series. We got a clip here. We're gonna tell you what he said. He even took shots at Ricky Smiley about fatherhood. He's made these headlines in the last year or so where he's disowned his, I call them the original children, from his ex-wife. And even, he's very loving and caring and very public about his brand new baby, who he has named Brian McKnight Jr., even though he already has a Brian McKnight Jr. So let's take a look
That's crazy.
What Father Time had to say.
I'm Brian McKnight. Welcome to the first episode of Fatherhood Fridays. I'm so excited to share with you my story of fatherhood and also highlight other fathers out there who are exceptional examples of what a great father should be. I wanted to have a guest today, but as you can see, I'm here by myself, so I guess he wasn't man enough to have a conversation about fatherhood. I'm still waiting, Rick. Now, I'm not here to throw any shade on anyone or to live in the past in any way. I've addressed all of that. Fatherhood Fridays is about how when you do things the right way, with God on your side, with the person he made for you, the happiness and joy you feel will be greater than anything you could have ever imagined. My wife, Leilani, and I have been together over a decade and married for almost 7 years. Naturally, I became Julia and Jack's father with the blessing of their biological father, and we became a family. What is a part of her is a part of me also. I have my own personal father-daughter and father-son relationships with them, and as their father, I have the privilege of loving them, molding them, guiding them, and nurturing them alongside their mom, and bringing them to adulthood, frankly, has been one of the greatest pleasures of my life. At dinner one night recently, I asked them both, why in this world where it seems like children want to do anything but listen to their parents, why they respect and love me so much? I asked them, was it the cars or the trips all over the world, or was it maybe the homes we live in? And you want to know what they both said? They said, because you're my dad, and all we want to do is make you proud. Notice, it's not you're my stepdad, it's just dad. Julia graduated with honors, getting her master's at Emory, and is in her residency on her way to becoming an anesthesiologist. And Jack is in his senior year at Colorado, graduating with 2 degrees. We'll be headed to law school next fall. And now that Junior is here, they're so excited to see him grow up the same way that they did. See, he's the one that ties us all together. Because of him, we are one blood. Proud father doesn't even come close to describing how I feel. How successful a child is directly proportional to how they've been parented.
Brian, if you're a clone, just say that.
I'm like, are you missing your other set of children that you parented? Or maybe not, but either way, you're a parent to them and like you guys just don't have a relationship. That's kind of crazy. And I know God just be up there like, why do people keep dragging me into stuff? Because I did not say that. I know he be fed. I could not have God's job. I'm going to tell you outright, every time somebody do something sticky or be in a sticky, they always want to say, God told me to do it. God led me. God was the reason why. Leave that man alone. These was your own doings. This is what you wanted to do. This is how you went about it. Like, sir, and another thing, throwing shots at Ricky Smiley let me know everything that I needed to know. That let me know that this was not coming from a genuine place. This was coming from a very spiteful, very petty place. So you can't have Fatherhood Fridays from a very petty, spiteful place. You didn't even start it right. You started it trying to be fake confrontational, but in a passive aggressive way. Please save it for somebody who is blinded. It's not me.
Yeah, I just think it was all a bunch of BS. Like, Brian, you want attention again. I don't know if the tickets ain't selling for the show. You're a phenomenal artist. We love you vocally. We love the music. However,
we love the music.
We need to address this because I always feel like anytime there is an issue between a parent and a child, it is always the parent's responsibility. Because think about this. You brought these children into this world. They did not ask to be here. Mm-hmm. You are legally, biologically, spiritually, physically responsible for these people that you created. Yeah. And now you just acting like they don't exist, regardless of what happened, what transpired. I don't care if y'all got to blows. Yeah. These are still your children. So the fact that you not reaching out is a problem for me. It's giving deadbeat. And you on the internet acting like you just, happy go lucky. And we just this one big happy family acting like these kids are not your kids. And while I'm sure you add a lot of value to their life as a bonus dad, but you have actual biological children that you don't see or speak to.
That part. And you took that boy name. You robbed your son of the name you gave your original son. Because that's what you saw, his original kid. You robbed your original son from his name and gave it to your other. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You can't just take somebody's name, act like they don't exist and make another one. Like, what are you doing? That's not how the world works. They don't disappear. Your son is going nowhere. Like, you just really have to come to terms. And I think if you want to be real and you want to have Fatherhood Fridays, talk about this relationship. Talk about the damage that has been done. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to tune into. Talk about how you're trying to restore it, how it's been hard, how you have two families and you're just trying to figure out how to merge them together or even how to exist in both and be an amazing father to both of them. Don't talk about this family as though the other one just does not exist, because we all looking at you like you crazy. Because you are. This is insanity. That don't even make sense.
Very much so.
Girl.
And you know, like, my thing is, if you just needed something to do, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was other things you could have done. Like, coming out the woodworks to say, I'm going to double down on not being they daddy. Like, bro, get it together. Like, you look insane, and we don't respect this type of behavior from any man. And I think it's frustrating because a lot of us just see Brian McKnight, the artist, the man that we loved in the 90s, and we love his music and his sound, his voice, and all these things. Which, you know,
I wish that's all I knew. I didn't even know this part of him.
This brings me to a very important question that we ask about a lot of our heroes, legends, our favorite artists. Are you able to separate the artist from the individual? Because the artist, Brian McKnight, is phenomenal, but the individual who is giving away names, like, you get a name, you're a junior, and you're a junior. It's crazy.
Exactly. Like, what? But I'm going to tell you this, friend, and I'm going to say no. I put them together, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because of R. Kelly.
Thank you.
I can't listen to his music without really listening to his music. Like, because of the type of person he is, he don't get that same leeway from me no more. Like, I can never turn on R. Kelly and listen to anything that he says the same as I used to, and be like, well, this is R. Kelly, the artist, but don't worry about the person. Like, yeah, he's a bad person, but he can sing. There's a lot of people in jail that can sing.
Hello.
I don't give a damn. Like, I don't
we both
care.
Carry a note. It don't mean that we can abuse people. Like,
thank you. Same goes for Bill Cosby. No, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, this was an amazing show. He's an amazing actress. Oh, you know, the Huxtables. We look up to them. But do you think I look at the Huxtables and not look at the rest of them kids out the front? I'll be looking at everything now. I can't separate the two anymore.
And I don't think you should. I don't think anyone should ask you to. The thing that bothers me is that we talk about this all the time. It's a running thing, and I think it's because of the patriarchy that we have to keep getting back into this. But people in authority who abuse their power and want to be excused for it. No, Brian McKnight, you have to be a father to your kids. And just because you over here playing daddy to these two that don't look nothing like you, because they don't.
Exactly.
Up here telling people, these are my kids now.
They not. But we respect those who step in. But this is a different situation.
Of course we do. Of course we love bonus children and bonus parents, but this ain't that. This is a man who does not want to be accountable for lives that he created, regardless of the situation. He could come out tomorrow and say one of these kids bit him and the other one stabbed him in the back of his thigh. What you do to them, Brian?
What you do to them, Brian? I'm done.
Tell me you're done. Because there is no reason for you to abandon your child. There's no reason. Do you know how many people wish they had kids?
Now, friend, what if people say, the mother won't let me be around them, the mother keeping me from my kids, the mother brainwashed them, now they think I'm a horrible person, I've been trying to reach out to them, and they don't want me around them. Then what?
Been there, done that. Keep trying.
You're saying, oh, well.
Because suck it up. Here's my thing. At the end of the day, if you really, really wanted to see your kid, you'd see your kid. If that means that you got to take out a loan or ask for help or borrow money from somebody to go to court and try to get joint custody, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, this is the problem with a lot of men. I'm going to tell you this right now. Your 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off is comfortable for you. It's convenient for you. You're not having to deal with the ups and downs and the sick kids
all
and the
day,
crying
and
the, I can't sleep. I had a nightmare. I don't wet the bed. You don't want to deal with the everyday ups and downs of parenthood.
Of being a parent, yeah.
You cool with just having your little time with them three days out the week. You cool with that. Let's be honest about what it is. If you want to see your kid, you're going to see them.
I do believe that you should go great lengths. I definitely
it needs to be without it needs to be without a doubt. You exhausted every option and did every single thing you could.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Popping up at the house. Because for me, listen, if I ever, and you know it's slim chances, Lynee,
that you have kids.
If I ever have a child and me and the baby daddy don't work out, come get these kids.
Please.
I'm never going to keep you from these kids. Unless you are a danger, unless you are abusive, some type of sexual assault.
Something wrong with you, If
these kids are fed and happy when they in your care, their bags are already packed. Come get you.
Lord have mercy at the door. When I say waiting at the door at 4, they'll be there. Get them. Like, get them. Lord, that whole keeping away, trying to like teach them a lesson. It don't do nothing but teach you a lesson. And that's a hard time to teach yourself.
Like you're messing up the kids. It don't benefit you to be like that when you like children being raised is a 2-person job. Like that's why it takes 2 to make a child. It's a 2-person job. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay for you to, I think I got this and I can do this, or I've been made to do this on my own. Yeah, you probably figured out a way to do it, but you had your mom help, your sister stepped in every now and then.
Somebody help.
Like you got help because this is a 2-man job, right? So I just don't understand. Baby, come get your kid. I'll never keep a man away from no kid.
Never. Like you said, unless it's serious. But outside of that, if you good and you can do it, please come do this. Because I'm tired. I don't understand that keeping people away from their children to prove a point, or just because you don't like them or y'all not together. Whatever the case, I don't know your reasoning. You know what I mean? But still, like, don't you want a break? Don't you want to just eat your food, eat your seafood boil?
Without having to share it?
Have a drink? You know what I mean? Without screaming and yelling, girl, crack that back. Don't you want something? Like, without kids just needing to be there. Like, Lord.
Don't you want to invite somebody over? Don't you want to have a little rendezvous? Don't you? Something, honey. I love a good summer vacation. So if I tell you 2 weeks you want them in June,
take them. It's all yours. Say less.
I'll send them with money. I'll load that cash app up. I'll load that cash app up. Oh,
girl. You don't have to pay for that. I will make this the best experience for all parties. Like, listen, come get them.
Girl, the way I would turn into a baby daddy, I be texting every day. Y'all need money? Y'all good?
All right, y'all good? Hey, you need me to get y'all some Uber Eats? What's the location?
What size shoes you want? He needs some new shoes. He want to play with his shoes outside. Yo, girl. Got it.
Yeah,
we gonna make sure he got it.
Yeah, Brian McKnight can't miss me with that. He can miss me with that because you can miss me with that. And that's why I'm going to leave it because I'm irritated by it because I think you just played in my face. And I told you, I don't like you taking my kindness for weakness. So the fact that you just sat up on this internet smiling and then you look so fake. Another thing people... I
love my bonus children.
And they say because I'm their dad, not their stepdad, their dad. Like, please.
Ain't nobody
you sat up there being most authentic as you could. And everybody knows social media is about authenticity. And you sat up there, put that fucking suit on. And like,
with the shirt open.
Shut up. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like it.
Girl, it stands to say that we've been hoodwinked once again.
Exactly.
Because, baby, they know the script. You mess up publicly, you got to apologize publicly. And it has to be sincere. And God has to be in the midst, right? Because if God didn't inspire this transformation in your life, because apparently the story is now I was robbed of maybe, a real father-child relationship with my OG children. So God has blessed me with these new children.
Bonus children.
And a new baby that can tie us all together. There's no ties, Brian. All the laces is not laced. I'm looking and I don't see any strings.
Wait, what?
Because you got a whole family over here that don't know nothing about what you got going on, but you on the internet telling us that you want to share it with us. We're not the people that you need to be talking to.
Thank you. You should have sent this video. No, you shouldn't have sent this video to them, but you could have made a video to send to them to give them you're like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I want us to make amends. We are all grown adults by this time. We should be able to have conversation and you should be able to talk to me freely about how you feel. And I should not project my own feelings of how I think you should feel into the conversation. I should be a listener. I should listen to what you say and apologize for what I've done. Like, what is so hard? What is so hard?
Pride. I'm telling you, the Bible says that pride comes before a fall for a reason. When you can't get off your high horse and you cannot humble yourself and say, I was wrong, or I might not have handled that situation correctly. I could have done things better. When you're not able to say that, it means that you don't want to be accountable. You don't, even if you dead wrong, everybody around you know you're wrong, you're still not going to admit it. That means you care more about preserving a false
narrative,
a false reputation and a false image of who you think you should be to other people than you are about mending broken relationships. Because on the internet telling us about your new TV show when these folks ain't heard from you is nasty work.
Girl.
But that's your friend.
Flabbergasted.
I don't know.
That's your like that. That's your father.
I don't know him. That's wrong. Because
because that's your
y'all had he's your buddy. Y'all ain't y'all cousins? I feel like y'all have a reunion.
No, that's your father.
That's not.
Relationship. No, see how he's messing up. He's messing up over here. He's messing up over there. Don't nobody know that man. Don't nobody know him.
Baby, what Tommy Davidson said, who are these niggas? We got to stay away from these niggas.
No,
baby. He said the plainest thing.
Oh,
so I mean, with these types of options, who would blame women for wanting to go the robotic route? Child. In other news, an article from 2016 has resurfaced on X, formerly known as Twitter. It spoke about how by the year 2025, women will be having sex with robots instead of men. In the article, Dr. Ian Pearson, a futurologist, now I'm going to put a pin in it. He said that this is not out of the realm of possibility with more and more women using vibrators. That in the future, women will engage in more sexual acts with robots than men. So the name that is given to humans that fall in love with robots is called, as you would assume, robophilia.
What? Girl, bye. Bye! Stop playing with me, Jerrilyn. Jerrilyn, stop playing with me.
Lynee, I just report the news.
Stop playing with me because this is ridiculous.
I just report
this is ridiculous. Child, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. If it ever comes down to it, that robot ain't gotta go home, but he gotta get the hell up out of here. Where the robot gonna go? Ain't no robot living with me.
You gotta robot pay the look at you while you go to bed.
I just have him sitting out here when I have to come over. Everybody know my business. I just got a robot in my house. That's crazy. Absolutely not.
I'm not 1,000% upset with it. I'm gonna be
Jerrilyn, you.
Because it depends on what type of robot we're talking about. We're talking about a full-fledged man-shaped robot.
I think I'm all man.
Okay, like I don't want that. Like a little toy. So like everybody got a little toy.
I mean, yeah, but we ain't talking about that. We're talking about life-size robot. Yeah, in your house.
I mean, do it come with a body heat function? Does it come with a steady income and all of its teeth? Because when you think about the options we have today,
are we already doing it to robots?
It's because the way they don't have no emotional intellect.
Ooh.
We could already be sleeping with robots, ladies. Hey, I always tell y'all every episode, what I say, stop giving them coochie.
Please.
Stop giving them coochie. So I'm not saying you got to be with a robot, but I mean, I don't. This is a wild story to be talking about because
this is wild.
Remember when we used to watch the Jetsons?
Yes.
And we were like, oh, we're gonna have flying cars and we're gonna have teleportation and all this stuff. Baby, we have robot sex.
That's crazy.
Put me in the DeLorean and take me back.
That's crazy to me. I'm not laying down. I ain't laying down with no robot. I'm not laying down with no robot. That's crazy.
I need to know. What are the
toys work fine. I'm fine with those.
What are the measurements? What do it come with? I need to know the specs on this robot. Is all I'm saying.
I just need all the deets.
I just need to know the details before we automatically write it off. I'm just saying.
You are crazy as hell.
Let's just see what they're talking about first.
So you gotta put it in the bed. I gotta do something.
You probably don't. You probably don't have to put it in the bed. It probably with the insurgents, with the not resurgence, with the furthering of AI, okay, these robots might be able to communicate with you, anticipate your needs, be helpful, like around the house.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
And this thing turn on you in the middle of the night. And you wonder why you are now thinking exactly. Because you done fully charged that thing up.
And when I say fully charged, he said, hey. I said sex.
Wow. Right now. And you fighting for your life. No, I'm not playing with AI and these robots.
You gotta unplug it when you're not using it. You gotta shut it down.
That thing fully charged. He fully charged. He walking around your house. This his house now. Okay, he the head getting charged. Like, that's crazy. Now,
friend, what about love?
No.
Okay, well, we know when they start passing out robots, then they not gonna be in line.
I'm gonna have my vibrator.
But me, I want a pamphlet to give me an overview of everything it come with first.
So annoying.
So okay.
Look, okay, I'm not trying to get okay. Like, I should not say this. Look, if they gotta cut it off, forget it. But we still need to talk about it right now.
Come on, Lynee.
Because head from a robot can't be good.
You don't know that.
It can't be good.
You don't know that.
There's no saliva.
You don't know that.
You need saliva.
Maybe it come with it all the juices.
Okay, I'm done. We can move on.
Okay, what if it comes with customizable lubrication? Like what if you can ask for like a certain flavor or a certain scent or something? If you wanna, like, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, because I too am a futurologist. And I say shut up.
You get on my nerves.
But like, you don't never want me to be great.
I too. Girl, because what is that? You just make up stuff? He just get the makeup stuff that's going to happen in the future.
I specialize in the future. Boy, shut the hell. You are lying to us. You don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Once again, swindle. Why they keep swindling us?
I tell you, they are hoodwinking us back to back.
Oh my God.
Okay, so as you guys know, we have one of my favorite segments on the show called Sista to Sista, where you can tune in. Well, you can chime in on speakpipe.com/She Said It First. Ask us for advice. As you know, we are licensed professionals here at She Said It First podcast. Yep. We will give you advice on love, relationships, business, parenting. Even though we don't have children, we are the experts, okay?
And we're not married, but we have advice on that.
We are not married. We have advice on all the things, okay? So, if anybody can tell you how to run your life, it's us.
It's definitely us.
Let's see who we got on the party line this week.
In my current role, I am the youngest and only person of color at my firm, and I struggle with imposter syndrome a lot, like feeling like I don't deserve to be here or I'm not supposed to be here. So have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, how did you deal with it?
Girl, as a Black woman, all the time, every day, every time.
Girl, just waking up. It's like,
as soon as I wake up, I should not be here.
No, for real. No, seriously. Like,
something ain't right.
But, Brian, just to let you know, just because it's white don't mean it's right. So I need you to change your mindset real quick.
Right.
Just because you're in a place with a bunch of white people don't mean that they know more than you. That don't.
Absolutely.
You got to get that out of your head, thinking that because somebody's outside appearance has to do with their knowledge and what their capabilities are. Like, that don't have nothing to do. It's not the same. So if you in there, it's because you're supposed to be in there. You need to move like you got the job. Okay? We need to move like we got the job for a reason. So I just want you to get out of your head about that. Your skin doesn't depict exactly what you know and what you're capable of in your job and how you carry out your job. So there's that. As far as imposter syndrome, where I'm going with that. You know? And you want to know something that's so crazy? One of our very first episodes that we did, we talked about this.
We did. I remember.
Isn't this crazy how it just come in full circle? And I think we touched, I can't remember everything we said. If you do, friend, just chime in, let me know. But we talked about how, being in these environments does cause you to second guess yourself and have imposter syndrome and feel like you don't belong there. But I think it's because we have put people on a pedestal. Now, society has created this as well. But when you start looking at yourself in a different lens and you realize like I deserve to be here. Like I worked hard to be here, even with me and Jerrilyn being content creators, comedians, you know, putting yourself out there and going for whatever it is that you want. You're always going to have some self-doubt, but you work hard to be there. And that's the thing, that should be your driving force, is that can't nobody do what you do because you put in the work and the hours to get where you are. And that's just what it is. Like, you can't allow your mind or your mental to trick you out of your spot. Don't ever allow that to happen.
Girl, we need to put a little stank on that because, listen, let me tell you something. That imposter syndrome is a lie from the pits of hell. And when you think about, number one, regardless of whoever's skin color, they would not have given you the job if you weren't qualified. Let's start there. They're not just hiring any old body. You have to at least be, especially if you're Black. Now, sometimes white people do that, and they don't be qualified. But it ain't happening with us, okay? Because we don't get any concessions made for us when it comes to corporate America. I know this because I left in 2018. But if you ever needed inspiration to know that you are right where you need to be, just remember, Donald Trump is a convicted felon running for president against a Black woman who was a district attorney. At this point, the office don't even deserve her, because if somebody like him could win and run again, and now at this point, they saying that they're gonna hold off on the next trial for him to after the election, which is completely bogus.
That's crazy.
Because for us to have a felon as a president is insane. So, sis, if Donald Trump can do this, don't you dare doubt yourself. You got this.
You got this. Like, I know that you got this, and I want you to walk confidently in your, exude all of your Blackness, girl, all of your intelligence, everything that comes with you as the package. I want you to just walk confidently in that. Like, because that's what sets you apart from everybody else. You know, like, just be happy with being different. Sometimes it is like amazing when I walk into places and I realize like I'm different. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make me want to shy away. It just makes me want to live in that. Like, because there's no one else here like me. I'm different from everybody else. And we all got our quirks and we all have our things that tear us apart from others. But I just want you to not feel like you don't belong and that you didn't put in the work and that you're going in there with your head down or you less confident. Like, I really want you to boost that confidence up and know that you really deserve it. Just like Jerrilyn said, you were qualified. We don't get no leadway to be in these doors, in these positions and things like that. You literally have to be qualified. Right. And I just want you to know that they chose you. They chose you. So walk in that, like that. It's not always easy. I know I'm telling you something because like I also deal with imposter syndrome. But like I said, I try to get myself out of it. I really try to like hype myself up. A lot of times I'm just hyping myself up. People always ask me like, how you come up with this and how you do this? And I'm my biggest fan. I'm trying to impress me. Whatever I did last is how I want to do it better. I'm studying myself. I don't compare myself to other people. I try not to, you know what I mean? And let me tell you something about comparison, because you should never compare yourself to anyone else, but you should look at them as inspiration. Even when I look at Jerrilyn and her page and stuff she said, would never compare myself to Jerrilyn because we're two women from two different walks of life. I'm so inspired by her work. I'm so inspired by what she does. Use these people and people around you as inspiration to fuel you to continue to move forward. That's really all I have to say. Yeah.
And likewise, back at you, babe, because like when you are confident in who you are, there simply is no competition. I could never be you and you could never be me. And that is both of our superpowers. And so once people become confident in that, like you said, like, baby, you being you, that's the gag right there.
That's the gag.
That's the gag. So, I mean, sis, I hope we helped you as licensed professionals.
Yeah, we did great.
This was a good session, girl. I feel like we earned our degree on this
one. We got our degree this time, no, for real. We got associates. We didn't get the bachelor's, but we got our associates.
We got a little certificate. We can call some programs and stuff.
Right.
You know, we can be on campus.
Yeah.
Got a little ID. But no, I love that for her, that she.
I do too.
Because even though it's like it has a negative feel to it, I want Black people, women specifically, to be more comfortable saying, you know what, I don't feel comfortable right now. I don't feel okay right now. And I probably need a little help. And that's part of, that's part of the process. And that's the first step. And so just knowing that you felt a little vulnerable or unsure of yourself is good. It means you're aware, you're awake, you're alive, right? So now, girl, go kick some corporate butt, some mediocre counterpart butt, because we all know that we got to work twice as hard to get half of what they got, and half of them don't even be knowing what they're doing when they get there. So hopefully we don't get fired for that last comment. I've enjoyed.
Stop, Jerrilyn. Oh my God, Jerrilyn, please. Not frozen. Not she frozen. You know my nerves. Yeah, I'm dead. We better not get fired because of you.
I'm just gonna tell on my camera froze. Shh, be quiet.
Right. Okay.
I can't hear nobody. It's all blurry. It's like everything
right. I was saying.
It went out. But I always, me, girl. I love you, and I always enjoy our podcast tapings. I hate that this is coming to an end.
I know, guys. We hate this. We love spending time with y'all.
We do.
This is the highlight of my day. So I enjoy checking in with my girl Jerrilyn, and y'all make sure y'all check in with us on the She Said It First podcast every Thursday. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload on the Everyone Podcast Network. Period. Or wherever you listen to your podcast.
That part.
We're
going to see y'all next week.